Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Coach Evans, and we have a special guest in here that's leaving at the time. Say hello to everybody and goodbye. But this is my wrap up for the 13-3 win versus the Carolina Panthers, Sunday, November 20th at M&T Bank Stadium. And offensively, I start with the offense. The lone bright spot to me on offense was DeMarcus Robinson, 9 for 128. Really had a good day for him as a Raven. Caught every ball thrown to him. He was 9 for 9 targets, 9 receptions. Mark Andrews had 8 targets with 6 receptions. There were a couple drops. I think Mark dropped the ball. I want to say Prochet dropped the ball, and a couple more people dropped balls too. But offensively, I don't know. Like I got to look at it again. I wanted to try to look at it before I did this, but I ain't want to put myself through that. So I'll just wait till I get to the all 22 and look at it again that way. But offensively, we were atrocious. Passing wise, Lamar was 24 for 33 for 209 yards, which is not bad. But just thinking of the offense as a whole, we looked bad. We looked bad. Drake had 10 carries for 46 yards. Most of them came on that one carry after the forced fumble by Juice Man. And honestly, and I told my wife earlier, if they don't blow that play dead, offensively, we probably don't score a touchdown because Marlowe picked that ball up and would have scored. And we probably still have the same score, but we don't score an offensive touchdown, which is nuts to me. We won the game. I'm happy about that. But the offense, I don't know what was going on. Like somebody in the chat box yesterday during the live stream said that all we got is chicken, so we winging it on offense. I thought that was funny as heck. And if you missed the live stream yesterday, you missed a ton of jokes, a ton of laughs. I was during in tears, laughing at some of the comments and the way we was cracking. But we had to because the game was boring. There's no other way around it. The game was boring. I may find a little excitement once I look at the all 22 and I can kind of see what was going on and whatnot. But watching the game during it was boring unless you're a defensive guy. We'll get to the defense in a minute. I really hope Stanley's not out for an extended period of time. But if he is, I'm confident that Macari can do a good enough job over these next 2 to 3 weeks where we don't have to rush him back. May even see Falele a little, in that role. And he did what he had to do when he played, even though they had to help him a lot with running backs and Drewski and other tight ends. So, we never know what we're gonna see on that right side. But I think Macari's gonna take on the left side. I'm sorry. I think Macari's gonna take that spot until Ronnie comes back. But if we have to see Falele, we kind of know what we have to do with him over there because we've done it so far in the season. And that was, if I want to say it was a good thing about, Ronnie not playing early, was you got guys over there that got some game reps and you can kind of understand what you're going to get when you put them over there. And again, the schedule of the records of the teams we got on the schedule coming up are favorable for us. Nobody has a winning record on that schedule but the Bengals. That doesn't mean we're going to cakewalk through every game. Just like yesterday. Everybody was talking about it's going to be a blowout. I even thought it was going to be a blowout. I think I predicted us to score like 30 some odd points. Boy, was I wrong. Completely wrong. But offensively, I don't know what they did during the bye week. I don't know if we were trying to not show a lot. I was completely confused and had not sure, I often call them Charlotte. Had Carolina found a way to get in the end zone, it might have been a completely different game. But let's flip over to the defensive side because I don't want to spend too much time on the offense because they were atrocious with the exception of Lamar Sum and DeMarcus Robinson. DeMarcus Robinson was the bright spot for me. He's the offensive MVP of the game. This one, even though Lamar had 240 yards of total offense, I think he had 240 total, 31 rushing and 209 passing. I think DeMarcus is the guy, the offensive MVP for this one. Let's flip on over to the defensive side. Now, this is where you want to get excited at. All the money is on the defensive side. All the stars on the defensive side with the exception of Lamar. So, again, and I say this about Mike McDonald, he has a better group of guys totally than Giro. Even though Giro has Lamar, but overall, McDonald has more groceries than Giro. Because you think about it, and I've said this before, he has some interior guys that are okay, and you can rotate them out, and they're starting to play better. Matter BK, Jones, Calais. You got a plethora of edge guys that you can sub in and out, with the exception of Owe, and then you got a star. And I made this joke yesterday. I said you got a star at middle linebacker, then you got Roquan Smith. But that was a joke. I really was talking about them two playing off each other, and Queen is playing a lot better. He was playing a lot better anyway, but I think having Roquan on the team has really pushed him to be a better player. And like Johnny said in the live stream, Johnny is one of Pat Queen's biggest critics. He looks totally different with Roquan on that team, and he was spot on. PQ looks he was playing better before we got Smith, but since we got him, he looks like a totally different person. Totally. And which that's iron sharpening iron. He don't want to be the since you brought this guy in, he don't want to be the guy that's going to immediately get kicked out. And that's just competition. And so he's risen to the challenge so far. And so we hope he keeps on, elevating his game. And if we can sign Roquan and keep PQ around, that's a great combination at linebacker for a long time. Because neither one of them really are Mike, honestly, but they play well off each other playing both sides. So neither one of them per se really a Mike. But again, on the back end, I made the video about Juice Man. Like, has he lost a step or what's wrong with him? So I'm gonna play a lot better Sunday. Play a lot better. I know DJ Moore and Terrence Marshall, and they're okay receivers, but he played a lot better. And Marlowe, since I put that poll in the live stream talking about was he overrated, he didn't shut my mouth completely. He's playing at an all-pro level. At the level he's playing right now, probably a top 5 cornerback in the league right now, because he's playing lights out. Should have had an interception and a touchdown, but they screwed him on the touchdown where Juice Man ripped the ball out. But as a whole, the defense just went nuts. Totally shut those guys down, with the exception of that interception where the defensive lineman caught the ball. And I'm not blaming anybody. The defensive lineman just made a great play for Carolina. So stats wise, as far as team stats, I'm gonna run through that real quick, and then we're gonna get you out of here. He had 19 first downs, which is not a lot. That's because 20 is one of the goals I have for my team at high school. So I only have 19. It's not a lot, but the Panthers only had 13. So look what our defense is doing. On third down, the Panthers were 25%. We were 40%. And those are kind of in line with the stats I gave you pregame for my my preview show. Time possession. Where is that? We won time possession. Not by a lot, though. 33 minutes and 14 seconds to 26 minutes. And then there's one more stat I want to look at. Tackles. That's what I want to see on the defensive side. They had 3 guys with 10 tackles. They had Henderson, Chin, and for Vulu. However you say that. That's Luvu. Luvu. But for us, Queen had 12 tackles, man. 12 tackles, a half a sack, a TFL, and a quarterback hit. That's balling right there. I ain't realized his numbers was like that until just now. Roquan had 7 tackles, a sack, and a TFL. Hamilton had a TFL and a quarterback hit, 4 tackles. I hope he's fine too. I know he walked out like his hip or something. I hope he'll be able to come back soon, because we need him and Reiner to be okay, because Kyle was starting to play very well. His tackling has improved a lot. Kyle Hamilton's tackling has improved a hell of a lot. Pierre Paul had a sack with a matter of fact, speaking of Marlon should have had a touchdown, an interception, and a sack, because the Pierre Paul sack came off Marlon missing it. So Marlon, I really ain't much I can say about it. Houston had another sack. He had the half a sack with PQ, and his number's still going up. So defensively, I couldn't be more pleased with the team. Again, they got all the groceries on their side. But Giro has to figure out a way to score more than, I'm going to say 6 points, because if it wasn't for that watch count, we might not have scored that touchdown. Got to figure it out. You got Jacksonville coming up this week in Florida. Don't know like the conditions, but Jacksonville is not a good team. Hopefully we don't play down to their standard and we can pull out another victory hopefully we just need to start playing better on this rise to the playoffs. So that's my 2 cents for the game from last night. Don't forget about the round table coming up tonight with me, Hendo, Jose and Brodney, Chris Just Joking, and OTR Mike. So we definitely gonna do that tonight, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And tune in, man. I appreciate you guys for coming through. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. See you soon. Peace.